heck is a segundo volante? Things are progressing well. I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little worried about that. After beating Legia and Maribor last time, we turned around, beat Maribor again 3-1. Goals by Galinski, Pareba, and Schaefer. Against Lech, we drew 2-2. Goal in the 5th minute, goal in the 37th minute. They got a goal in the 40th minute and the 66th minute from Marcos Fufutis. And this was one of those games where we had a lot of shots. We had a lot on target. And we just couldn't get it past their defense. It was annoying on several levels. We had a couple players who didn't have the best game, but at the same time, other players had good games, Schaefer in particular, Galinski in particular, and we should have scored more. Their defense was just good enough to really stop us. We got ourselves right against Podbeskidzie. Sam Sanchez went off for 4 goals, and then Gregor Galinski had a goal in the 63rd minute to put the, it wasn't the nail in the coffin. The 80th minute goal from Sanchez was. Pavlovic is injured. He is back. It was one of those, hey, you're out for 3 weeks sort of thing. That happened last episode. And so Sanchez has been playing up top. I've been rotating him out, and he rewarded me with 4 goals. Schaefer is currently really, really close to setting the assist record for the squad. I think he's on 11 now total. I think the record is 11, so he's got the rest of the season to do that. And we're not even in the January transfer window. So today, we're playing Shamrock Rovers, and then we're going to skip Widzew, and then we're going to play Miedz in the FA Cup third round game, and the Polish FA Cup third round match. They are a first division squad. They're okay, they're not spectacular, but they could always, like any squad, they can jump up and bite you. And then depending on what happens in the Shamrock match, we may or may not play St. Gallen. I believe we're ahead on 2 points. So if we beat Shamrock, we qualify. If we draw, it gets interesting. If we lose, it gets really interesting. So I'm going to leave Sanchez up the attacking 4 and put Galinski at the pressing forward. It's not Galinski's best position, but Sanchez gave me 4 goals last game playing the advanced forward. So the other thing I want to do is pull Gorecki off and bring Para up, bring Bala on. Let's start Dumanchek instead of Kakarun. Why am I not starting Wistop? That's a really good question. Why am I not starting Wistop? I should be. Okay, so this is who we're going with. It's going to be Romano in goal, Costa, Ivanko, Monserrat, Wistop as the defensive back 4, Vukotic, Goncharov, and Pareba as the midfielders, Schaefer is the attacking midfielder, Sanchez and Galinski up top as the strikers. They want me to start Gorecki. I did give Gorecki a start last game, and he did really well for us. So it's been a few episodes now with the 3D. I'm liking it a little bit more. Costa with the corner kick in. Goncharov heads over the crossbar. There's a couple times where it seems to glitch and move too fast, but part of me says that's me and the bifocals having issues with it. But, at the end of the day, I've got a really good system. It handles the 3D incredibly well. And although as much as I like watching the dots moving around, there is something to be said about playing in 3D. Galinski taps it up to Pareba. Centers it to Goncharov, who blasts it over the crossbar. He hit it so hard, the stadium swallowed it up. Pareba sends it into the crowd. Monserrat's there off the crossbar. O'Reilly clears, but not well. Now he clears it again, and that's the highlight. We've had our chances. Wistop from the free kick. Bangs it forward. Galinski got by the defenders. Takes the shot, and Patrician, I think that's how you say it. Corner kick in. Galinski knocked away. Flanagan running forward. It's 2-on-2. Flanagan goes wide. Sends it back to O'Reilly. And the highlight ends. That was interesting. Patrician, that's the guy's name. Okay. It was a solid save by him. They're playing a 4-2-4 diamond. Okay. 60 minutes in. I'm going to hold off on making any changes from him. Costa sends it in. Ivanko hits it right at Patrician. Widzew with the throw-in. I'm going to go attacking here. Widzew sends it in. Schaefer, just wide left. Holy cow, our XG has to be at least 2. Fogarty. Back to O'Reilly. To Fogarty. To O'Reilly. Long pass towards Reddy, but Pareba intercepts it. Schaefer to Vukotic. Goncharoff gets it to Costa. Costa pushing forward. Centers it to Widzew. Widzew tries blasting it in, and he goes wide right again. Holy cow. I haven't even seen our XG. 2.03. 20 shots, 8 on target. Patrician's just killing time. Pareba. Long pass. Galinski feeds Sanchez. Oh, Patrician, a nice save. Sanchez should have done a lot better with that. Costa to Sanchez. Goncharoff chests it down. Back to Costa, who crosses it in. Knocked away. Grant breaking left. Moving forward, Pareba steps in front of him. Montserrat to Schaefer. Schaefer to Vukotic. Vukotic to Galinski. Oh, and again, he went near post. Why? And after all of that, 25 shots, 11 on target at 2.79 XG. We get a 0-0 draw. Now the question is that enough to clinch the group? Rovers didn't even have a head coach. What happened to the last head coach? He resigned. Received $63,000 was stopped. He just came off a vacation. Come on. So we're on 10 points. We need a draw against St. Gallen, and we need Shamrock to... What's the tiebreakers here? That may come into play. Results between teams, goal difference, goals scored, away goals scored. So result between teams. We lost to St. Gallen. So we need to beat St. Gallen. So, yeah, it's going to be a triple live com. We've got Widzew coming up. We're going to play that offline. We're going to play Miedź. And then we're going to play Wisla Krakow offline. And then come back for St. Gallen. So, save the game here. And we'll be back with our Polish FA Cup match against St. Gallen in just a bit. No, our Polish against St. Gallen. Goodness gracious, Shelko. Against Miedź in just a bit. We are taking a little bit of a risk here. We're playing a very rotated squad because I really need us to beat St. Gallen so we can keep going in the cup. I don't want to risk it to math. And frankly, as late as it is, math would be a bad thing to try and figure out. So we've got Gorecki in goal, Milijevic, Sutalo, Kakarno, and Bala as the defensive back four. Goncharoff, Twoniush, and Winarski as the midfielders. Omer is the attacking midfielder. Bravik and Sanchez up top as the strikers. And I totally forgot to go over the last match, which we won 5-2. I started Luis Para at deep line forward on support, and he had 2 assists. We'll take a look at that here in a moment. Kakarn to Winarski. Kakarn featured Twoniush. Sanchez, Twoniarski. He feeds Sanchez, who blows it by the keeper for a goal, his 7th of the season. Although, admittedly, he did have 4 in one game, so it kind of skews his stats a little bit, but still. Nice feeder pass by Winiarski. Well, Sanchez looked a little bit offsides there, to be honest with you, but... Frankly, I've given up trying to figure out why and where they're called. I even put the replay on for a couple of games, and it was like, oh, he's fractionally offsides. It's like... To me, fractionally offsides means you're mostly onside. So, I don't know. Coming up on the end of the first half, a quiet game so far, not a lot of highlights. We had the scoring one and this one here. Madrizik launches it forward. Zarnecki ends up with it. Out to Lupini, who's a former Lecce player. Apparently I let him go the first season I was here because I didn't play a midfielder on the right. Oh, we got lucky there. Gorecki went down to save a shot, didn't get back up in time, and the Miedz player hit wide left. Krantz on the throw to Zarnecki. Oh, Brabic steps in front of that. A poor pass. Brabic moving forward. He's got help. He's going to use it. Sanchez one-on-one with the keeper, and he puts it far near post. Puts it to the keeper's left and scores. Nice away crowd for us there. Nice job by Brabic stepping in front of the goal. And right before the half's a great time to score, too. So 2 goals, both by Sanchez, 5 shots, 3 on target. Winiarski. Left pegs it in, knocked away. Uh-oh. Grazik. It's 2-on-1. Feeds Jarosz. And Jarosz rounds Gorecki, who, frankly, looked like he had feet made of stone. He just kind of stood there and was like, huh, what, hey, what? Oh, it went by me. Plus the defender there moving away really didn't help. Is it me or was Gorecki looking right as Jarosz went to his right, to Gorecki's left? Sanchez. Chwoniesz. Centers it. Goncharov. Winarski. Omer. Back to Goncharov. Feeds Omer. Goncharov. We're running into each other. Backheel pass. Chwoniesz. I swear my lower league teams seem to be passing better. Omer, and with a very nice shot off a very good pass. And we open up the second half with a goal of our own. Literally, Gorecki went this way, looked this way, and the guy with the ball went that way. It was just. Nice touch pass by Sanchez. So he has 2 goals and an assist this match. We got the January transfer window coming up. The under-19 squad's already on vacation. I had to actually move Guard and Para to the senior squad, so I had them available. We're going to get Chwoniesz off. Oh, wait a minute. I thought I paused it. Maybe not. Okay, after this, we'll get Chwoniesz off. Karin heads it down to Bala. Chwoniesz, Omer, Goncharov. Mihajlovic, Chwoniesz. Winiarski, Chwoniesz. Winiarski, out to Bala. Chwoniesz feeds Sanchez. Omer to Brabic. Gets it to Omer, and he puts it behind the net. So they brought on Vukotic for Chwoniesz. I need to bring Winiarski off, but the only available option I have is Schaefer. And I can't bring Winiarski off because I need 222 players, so we'll cancel that. Lupini from distance. Shorts to Matzik, who bangs it off the post and in. That was a pretty wild goal. Shorts to Matzik, had the channel open, bangs it off one post. 13 minutes left. Can we hold on? Jarosz from distance. No, we can't. We'll go attacking. Is he offsides? He was probably offsides. Okay, we'll go back down to positive. Bala. Karan ends up with it, bangs it forward, but he gives away to Spichala. Gorecki's going to come out, hopefully, not screw this up. I got a cough. Sanchez. Driving forward. Gets by the slide tackle. In the box, heads it there. Goncharov in for the... Well, that's got to be the... I keep wanting to say final nail in the coffin, but that's inappropriate. Sanchez, a nice job avoiding the slide tackle. Gets by the other guy. And Goncharov, a nice header. And that is the game. We got really lucky. I'll be the first to admit that. 4-2, beating a Miyoshi team that if we'd started our full-timers, we probably wouldn't have had any issues with. But I wanted to play rotated squad because beating St. Gallen to me is more important than winning in the FA Cup. So, take a look at last match here real quick. 5-2 against Widzew, away, 17,000 fans, it's nice. Galinski a brace a goal, Schaefer a goal, Chwaniush a goal, Brabik a goal. But more importantly, if you look at here, Luis Parra, 2 assists for an 8.0. So, my big fear is come this summer transfer window, good gracious, coming this January transfer window, teams are going to be making a move for Galinski and Pavlovic and others. Sanchez is looking to be a capable replacement for one of them. But I wouldn't mind bringing up Parr to get him more first-team playing time. Ulrich Gard as well deserves more first-team playing time. Sanchez had a brilliant game. So we're going to save this here. We've got one other game to play offline, which literally happens in like 2 days. Who I'm going to have to play the first teamers against. So we've got Wisla Krakow coming up in 2 days, but then we got 5 days after that to play St. Gallen. What I need to do is go and set up my training so we're not overexerting ourselves those 5 days between Wisla Krakow and St. Gallen. So I'm going to do that. We're going to play Wisla Krakow offline. We're coming back to St. Gallen to determine the Euro Cup 2 Group A final standings in just a bit. So, we got the tactical and everything all set aside. We beat Wisla Krakow 4-0. Galinski a goal, Baez a brace of goals, Pavlovic a goal in the 79th minute to put the game away. Only 12,000 people in the stands, though. That's kind of disappointing. I was hoping we'd have bigger home crowds this season, especially as we've been doing really, really well. I mean, we've got a 40,000 seat stadium, and it's not even half full, which is a little bit disappointing, to be honest with you. But the only other good thing that happened is I started a coaching course. I mean, I figured what the hell with everything else going on. We got a ton of games going. If we win today, we still got more games in the future. Why not start a coaching course? So I'm going for my Continental A. This is who we're starting today. It's going to be Romano in goal, Costa, Ivanko, Monserrat, and Wistop as the defensive back four. Vukotic, Pareba, and Goncharov as the midfielders. Schaefer as the attacking midfielder. Galinski and Pavlovic up top as the strikers. Although admittedly, Vitaly Shevchenko cannot be registered for this match. He's not registered for this match. 3, 4, 5. Oh, I got him in at 6. So we'll make 6. So we're at home. I mean, as you can see, we've got a huge stadium. It's 40,000 seats. And it's not even half full, which is annoying. A draw is good as long as Maribor beats Shamrock or they draw. This has been a really quiet first half so far. They've had 4 shots not on target. We've had 1 and none. Romano with the goal kick. Taps it over to Ivanko. Up to Vukotic. Crosses it to Monserrat. Pareba. Monserrat. Pareba. Feeds Schaefer. Taps over to Goncharov. Up to Pavlovic. Long pass. Galinski between... Oh, and he pushes it just wide right. He had 3 defenders around him. Probably didn't get the foot on the ball he wanted to, but still, it was a good effort. And that is the half. That was quick. This may be a quick game. Goncharov from distance. He curls it wide right. I'm looking for the Maribor game. So Maribor is beating Shamrock, which is what we need. Travers bombs it forward. Montserrat heads it down. Pavlovic gets it to Goncharov, who feeds Schaefer. He's got no one between him, and he just tries dinking it over Travers' head, and he had plenty of time. He could have teed it up. Widzew gets the throw in back. Montserrat, who has been quietly good this season. He's probably been one of the better pickups. I didn't realize he's on the Uruguayan national team. Ooh, Galinsky. Oh, nice slide tackle by I can't click on him. Klaus goes out for a corner kick. Pavlovic. That's not my corner routine. Pareva gets it to Montserrat, and that ends. You know what? We're going to pause the game here because it's 66 minutes in. Everybody's doing okay so far, but that was not my corner routine. I'll be back in just a second. I've got my corner routine loaded, and for some reason, they didn't default to it. O'Neill sends it in. Montserrat knocks it away, but Buchanan is going to run it down. Long pass to O'Neill on the left. He brings it inside. Vanderweff, Pareva, Buchanan, Gilmanon. Koita off the crossbar. Widzew just bombs it forward. We're going to make a couple of changes here. We're going to get Pavlovic off, bring on Sanchez. We're going to get Vukotic off, bring on Baez, and switch him and Pareva. And we can get Ivanko off and bring on Kakarun. Just short of 19 minutes left in the game. As long as Maribor beats Shamrock, we should be fine. And a 0-0 draw. That was a boring game. A couple of interesting highlights, but that was a boring game. 8 shot, 1 on target for us. 9 shots, 1 on target for them. Wow. Qualification in the bag, deservedly so. Well, we finished first. We've got 4 days in a game before we figure out who we're playing. Received 320,000 euros and another 63,000 euros with stop fitness concern, and another 75,000 euros for unallocated prize money. So we've got Gorner Zabrik, and then a bunch of rest time, and then a game against. I gotta fix the training here. So this was kind of a long episode. Well, not really. It's only 27 minutes right now, and I'm probably going to edit it down to probably around 23, 24, if not a little less, depending on how much dead space I have recording. So 3 really good games. I mean, the St. Gallen game was a snoozer. So, okay, 2 really good games. And then the best one we played offline, the 5-2. So Shamrock we drew with. That was a tough game. Could have really gone either way. We really deserved a win out of that when you look at the ratings we had. The Widzew game was nice. That was offline. The Miedź game, with a really rotated side, they came through and won 4-2. The Wisla Krakow game was also nice. And the St. Gallen game was nice. And we have yet to lose a league game. The only team that's beat us this season so far has been St. Gallen in the Euro Cup group stages. So the big question is, here's where we are. So who went through? So let's look at all the groups. So who went through? Lecce and St. Gallen went through. Sevilla and Udinese. Vorskla and Nordjylland. Vorskla. Why do I know them? They're a Ukrainian Premier League team. Okay. Borac and Feyenoord. Lille and Cracovia. AZ and Aktobe. Osijek, Sparta Prague. Leicester and Dinamo Tbilisi. Good gracious, Leicester's still in it. Who are some other? Sparta Prague's a good squad. Aktobe is one of the Kazakhstani teams. So, watch us draw Leicester. It'd be our luck. So, we're doing really well. We're moving forward. I started a coaching course, and the January transfer window is going to be interesting. I have more players being looked at. I have more coaches sitting in on the games. I'm reasonably sure the squad we started the season with is not going to be the squad we end the season with. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. See, now Sutalo's wanted. So, but he's 29 years old, and I'd be willing to let Sutalo go. So I don't know if they want him on loan. They want him on a transfer. I can move him on a transfer, especially if I can replace him with a younger, better Polish center back. And for that, we'll have to do some scouting. So that said, a good run in games for us. We're doing really well. I'm kind of surprised how well we're doing. I really am. I wish I could take credit for it, but I can't because I really haven't touched much. So it's just the guys doing what they need to do to win. And as long as I stay out of their way, we should keep on doing that. If you did like what you've seen and heard, please have a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name's FM Jellicoe, and I thank you for watching.